Hey guys. All right. It is 8:46. Got a little music preview in honor of Melissa's call tonight. I love seeing all these faces on the call. Let me see if I think I can see everyone. I don't think there's a second page, but I love it. So Melissa is going to talk about overcoming obstacles and adversities because we all face them. And there are going to be ups and downs in your business. And there are going to be times when you can question, what the heck am I doing? What the heck am I doing? Why am I doing this? And can I really keep doing this? I know Julie, she's been a coach for 7 years. She feels that way. This month, I've had those moments too. Maybe you have a really good post and people don't reply to it or don't respond to it the way that you think, and you start questioning yourself and like, oh my gosh, am I annoying someone? And you know what? We probably are annoying somebody, but that just means that they're not our tribe, they're not our target, and that's okay, because for every person that you annoy, somebody else is watching. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn it over to Melissa. If everybody can go ahead and mute themselves if they're not already muted, and then click on the speaker view up in the upper right-hand corner to make Melissa front and center for us all. Then we will get going there. And I'm already recording. I get points for that. Nobody had to remind me.
Good job. Okay, hey guys.
Oh, we can't. I don't think we can hear you, Melissa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. Hey, sorry. Wait. No, I could. Hang on. Let me turn off the music. Okay. There you go.
You can hear me now, right?
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Staticky.
Yeah. Can you turn up the volume on your computer a little bit?
How's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. And let me know if it sounds funky, and I'll take my headphones off.
Okay.
Because sometimes they're crazy and don't work properly. Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about facing adversity and obstacles. And I have to be honest, this is like an on-prime topic for me. Some of you know this, some of you don't. I was a social worker for 10 years. I dealt with people with major mental illness and addiction, but I worked in lots of other realms in my 10 years as a social worker. And everybody has to overcome adversity and obstacles in life. So we all have them involving our business, our families, I'm sure we've all had to overcome different obstacles coming up till now. And when you're starting your business, it's easy to become doubtful of yourself, just like Angie was talking about, that you write, you put your heart into a post, that you share something that you feel would be really pertinent with everybody that may be watching, and nobody responds. And you go, maybe they didn't get it, or maybe I shared too much, or you start doing that backup negative self-talk. Maybe it's your spouse who isn't supporting your journey, or your family who thinks that this is just another fad diet that you're on. I think that we've all met someone who has felt like our journey is not as valid as we feel it is for us. And that's okay, because they're on their own journeys in life and we're on ours. And it's important to remember that no matter what anybody else says, what matters is what you want out of your life. And I just kind of wanted to start by talking about a couple famous people that you may not know had to overcome extreme obstacles and adversity in their lives. So the first one is Bill Gates. His first major product was a failure. He couldn't even sell the company. They thought he was going to be nothing. He was Bill Gates. He's the inventor of Microsoft. How about Albert Einstein, who didn't speak until he was 4 years old? Jim Carrey, everybody knows him. He's funny, right? He was a high school dropout at age 15. He dropped out of high school to get a job and help support his family, who went from middle income to extreme poverty and was homeless, and they lived in a van. Benjamin Franklin dropped out of school at 10. And I'm sure we all know who he is. Stephen King, his first novel, Carrie, was rejected 16 times. Who's heard of Carrie? Raise your hand. You've seen the movie, read the book? Someone? Yeah. Rejected 16 times. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't right for TV. I wonder where the person who said that is today. That's all I want to know. Like, I'm dying to know who said that and what they think today. That's a little scary. And the last one is Thomas Edison. And his resonated a lot with me because his is similar to what our journeys are. He failed 100 plus times before he created the light bulb. On the 99th time, he could have given up, but he didn't. And now we have light. So the thing that's important to remember is that when you feel like you're hitting obstacles every step of the way, that next step that you take may be you pushing over the other side of the mountain. You know, people look at success a lot of the time and they see the person like on the other side and they don't see all the things that they've overcome on the way there. And I have a really great graphic of that, and I'll share that below the call when it's posted tomorrow so you guys can see it. Because what success looks like to other people is the end result. And it's not all the hard work that you put in to get there. And one piece of that is the hard work you're putting into yourself. Because this business wouldn't work if you're not willing to put in the time to work on you. If you're not doing your workout every day, you're not drinking your shake every day, you're not holding yourself accountable, whether it's to your group, to your coach, to your customers. You know, we're all doing our journeys differently. But if you're not doing those things every day, you can't run a successful business based on what you're trying to help other people do. You have to show them that you're able to do it, and you have to show you that you're able to do it. And I think, you know, the first obstacle I want to talk about is you, because your biggest obstacle is usually yourself. It's your belief that you can't do it. It's you setting yourself up for failure instead of setting yourself up for success. I can tell you, for me, junk food is my, like, sweets kind of junk food is my trigger when it comes to eating unhealthy. I don't care about Oreos for some reason, but I could eat a whole sleeve of Nilla wafers. I don't know why. So I just don't buy them. I could eat a whole bag of Doritos. I don't buy them. And when I buy them in snack bags for my kids that are like pre-sealed. So it's not open and I'm like staring at it every day. I purposely don't buy the things that will set me up for failure. Because for me, and this is funny because Angie and I were talking about this today, but for me, the workout isn't the hard part. It's the eating. And I'm very good and spent many years telling myself that, well, I worked out today, so I can eat my pint of ice cream. It's okay. But it kind of did me a disservice because it didn't get me to where my goal was. So, you know, you have to have a bigger, broader picture of where your goal is, and you have to stick to those things. But it's important that you notice when you're talking yourself into a bad place and stop it immediately, because it's not going to do you any good in life and in this business, you know, period. And the third one was not being fully committed, which kind of all folds together. So no talking to yourself negatively, no setting yourself up for failure, and you have to be fully committed to your goals, okay? And the other obstacle you have in life are other people. People who put you down, people who make negative comments, people who tell you you can't do it, and the people that you count on if they are lacking giving you the support that you feel like you need. And the great thing about being a part of this business is if you weren't on speaker view right now, you can see we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 people right now on this call out of way many more that are part of this team, and we are each other's support. So when you feel like you don't have the support you need, that's where you need your coach. That's where you need an accountability partner that you can lean on, that you can bounce ideas off of, but that they're there to support you and you're there to support them. And, that's very important. It's very, very important to have people that you feel like you can talk to and be real with, because there are days that you doubt yourself. I have days that I doubt myself. I have days that I feel like a rock star. And then I have days that I'm like, bummed. And that's where those people who are positive and are supportive are going to be there to pick you back up and help you and get you where you need to go. So a couple ways that you can overcome obstacles and adversity are through empowerment. And one of those is my favorite topic, ding, 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 personal development. I know I say it a lot, and people look at me like I have 12 heads. And yes, this is something you are supposed to be committed to be doing every day, okay? Some people aren't readers. That's okay. They have podcasts. They have ebooks. They have all sorts of different options. But it's really important to open your mind to listening to positivity, because we're faced every day. You walk out the door and there's someone in a bad mood and they, cut you off in the car and they're yelling at you and screaming at you. And then you feel flustered on the inside. It doesn't have to necessarily have to do with this business, or your alarm goes off late and you're rushing to get to work or rushing to get the kids to school and you feel like your day started off on the wrong foot. But putting in that 10 or 15 minutes of listening to positive reinforcement, positive motivation is the best way to keep you on a positive route. I swear it. I didn't make it up. I did learn in school, but I also do it today. And I can tell you it was the one thing I always resisted. Being a therapist, I always felt like I had the best answers for myself. No, I may have good answers for other people, but I definitely don't have the best answers for me. And listening to some of my favorite authors and reading some of my favorite books has kind of helped me awaken my brain. And more than that, it's helped me create magic in my business, that there are days that you may not feel like the magic's there. You may not feel like you're able to meet your goal. And that's disheartening and that's hard. And that's when you need the positivity. That's the most important time. The second one is creative visualization. So another cool way to kind of prime your brain for meeting your goals is through a technique that kind of has to do with meditation, but it's not chanting or anything like that. You go into a quiet room, you lay down, sit down, whatever, sit in a chair, lay down on the bed, however you want to do it. Close your eyes and you visualize where you want to be. So you have a strategic goal. Let's say your goal is to hit diamond by the end of this month. That's your goal. And what does diamond look like to you? Does diamond look like all the people you've helped? Does diamond look like the extra money you've made? Does diamond look like you've helped pay for tuition for your children? What does diamond look like for you? Where does it look like in your business? And you close your eyes and you think about that. And you just take the time to visualize it in your mind. And with that, it kind of helps lead you to more open and creative ideas to get you there. It's kind of like a trick for your brain, because we all have those roadblocks and obstacles in our head where we're thinking about something we need to do, but there are 15 other things like impeding in, like how people talk about they lay down in bed at night and they were fine all day, and then all of a sudden it's like, and they're hit with a ton of bricks about all the other, weights that they're carrying around that they were trying not to think about all day, that then all of a sudden showed up. Creative visualization is a great way to kind of blockade all those for a little while and just focus on that one goal. It's not a set amount of time. And definitely in the beginning, when you start doing it, it takes a little bit of time to adjust. But it's a really great way, even if it's in bed, before you go to bed at night, shut off the lights, close your eyes, think about your goal and how you want to get there and what it looks like to you. And another follow into that is to create your own vision board. And I think this is one of the most important things for you to do in this business, because we all have a why. We all know why we're here. We all know we love helping people. We all know that we love what we're doing. We all have different reasons why. When I joined the business, my why was because I wanted to help pay for things for my family. I wanted to pay my children's tuition on my own and take that weight off my husband. My why was that I wanted to create more financial freedom. My why was because I wanted to show my children that they could take care of themselves, because I spent a lot of years not taking care of myself, taking care of them and everybody else first, and putting myself on the back burner, which was the wrong approach and the wrong message I wanted to send to my daughters, especially. So make a vision board. I have mine. It's the backdrop of my phone, and it has all the things that I want to come to fruition, the things that motivate me. I will put a link again with the app to use to make your own. It's not hard. It takes a little bit of time, but you'll be glad you did it, because you'll see it every day. And that's a great way to shoot for the goals that you have when you see them looking at you every day. And the last one, and we've been talking about goals, so the last one is to set clear goals. And they have to be smart. They have to be specific. They have to be measurable. They have to be attainable. They have to be relevant. And they have to be timely. You can't set a goal saying, I want to be diamond sometime. I don't know when. Because if that's your goal, how are you going to make that happen? Sometime could be next week, next month, next year. How are you going to get there? You have to say, okay, I want to be diamond in 30 days. Now, how am I going to make it there? The way you make it there is to sit down and map out a plan of action to make that goal a reality. So you need to figure out, well, here's my diagram, and I need one emerald on this leg, and I need 2 coaches on my other leg. And again, I'm just using this as an example for you. But to meet my goal in 30 days, that means I need to help one of my coaches become an emerald coach, and I need 2 more coaches on my other leg. How am I going to do that? I'm going to enroll 2 coaches in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to work with my coach and get her in an Elevate to Emerald group to help her elevate herself to Emerald, and to help her meet her goal and to help me meet my goal. Now, obviously, there are more steps in there, and I can't list them all out for you right now, but you need to write down those steps, and you need to take those steps every day to help yourself meet that goal. And the best way to do that is to take the scariest ones and do them first. And I know that that's the hardest part. When I first became a coach, my hardest part was not sharing with people in person, but approaching people online and sending emails, and I felt awkward. And that was the thing that I worked really hard on first, was reaching out and coming up with a form that I wouldn't feel so nervous to reach out. Hi, how are you? Your kids are so beautiful. How is everything? Nothing untrue, but I hadn't talked to some people in years. So I couldn't reach out and just say, hey, you want to join my challenge group? They'd be like, what? What's that? Or you just hear, shh, which is nothing. You really have to kindle relationships with people. And I had not talked to anybody in a really long time. So, that was my first thing I had to do. So the thing when you have a goal is you need to take that scary 1, that scary 2, that scary 10, and those are the ones you have to do first. Whether it's working with your coach or whether it's starting your own challenge group, which can be scary at first too. And the last thing is to use win the day accountability. And I don't know if we've ever talked about using win the day accountability, but that is in the morning, you write down your 3 goals for the day, let's say. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, did I win the day? Did I complete my 3 goals? And if you did, and those goals could be to make my bed, to reach out to 3 people, to do my workout, and drink my shake. Okay? They don't have to be like you conquered the whole world, but those goals have to be attainable. They have to be timely. They have to happen. And if you've completed all those at the end of the day, you won the day. I start my day every day with my goal on the top of my to-do list is to make my bed. Sounds crazy, but the truth is I've started my day with a win when I make my bed because it's easy. I can do it. It takes 10 seconds. But the truth of the matter is, when I look at my checklist at the end of the day, there may be things that I haven't checked off. But that's one thing I can easily check off every day. And so you need to reward yourself and positively motivate yourself for the things that you have completed and have gotten done. And I kind of want to end with a quote from my boyfriend, Brendan Bouchard. And she's laughing. This is one of my favorite books. It's the Motivation Manifesto. And I will tell you that if you follow Brendan, he often gives books away. So this book, I didn't pay for. I paid the shipping, and he gave me this book for free, just for following him and listening to him and I'm a Brendan Bouchard groupie, I guess. But right now he's giving away Life's Golden Ticket, which is another book of his, and I'm very excited to read that one next. But I want to end with this quote, and I want you to kind of simmer on it. No one around us can tear us from progressing toward our dreams. Believing otherwise is accepting the role of victim in life. Our day is ultimately our choice. You choose. You are in control. You drive your bus. And those of you who have not read The Energy Bus, you're probably like, you drive your what? But what that means is you're the one who controls what happens in your life. And when there is negative and when there are obstacles, you are the one who can choose to overcome them. So even if you're feeling down, reach out to your coach, reach out to your accountability partner, reach out to me. I give away free therapy at this point because I don't work in that clinical status anymore. But reach out, regain traction, set those goals, and get going. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, that was awesome. Aww. That was awesome. Does everybody feel like they just went to therapy? Because I did. I took notes. I have my notes. Okay. Couple things that I just kind of wanted to re-highlight is that, this, Melissa mentioned it a couple times that, if this business won't work if we aren't willing to work on ourselves. And that there are so many levels to that, not only physically, doing our workout and drinking our shake, but also mentally. And if you haven't yet dug into personal development, I'm telling you, it will pull you through those valleys that you will have. I promise you, you will have. You may be in a valley right now, and you may be looking around going, shit, it's dark down here. But I promise you, dig into personal development, and it will pull you out. It is like magic. And all of a sudden, as soon as you change your brain, people will start coming to you. Am I, Melissa, have you, I mean,
Yes.
it's like, did they just know that I just read something that made me feel better? Because just like they will start coming to you. People are attracted to positivity. And even if you're not putting anything out there, there is just something that happens when we change our brain. So there was that. And then the other thing, that she mentioned going along with that is that we are our biggest obstacle, 100%. So if we can get over ourselves, if we can, get out of our own way, then we can be successful in this. And that took me, I'm going to get emotional. That took me a long time to realize that, like Melissa said, I'm in control. I may want my spouse's approval. I may want my family's approval. I may want their support. And the bottom line is oftentimes the people who are closest to us are the ones that give us the most pushback. So if you're feeling that way, that's 100% normal. And it's probably because they think they're trying to protect us, because they think that they don't want us to get hurt, or that they, just they don't get it yet. But I remember sitting in my car crying because my husband was giving me crap about going to the gym to go work out. And this was, I don't even know if I was a coach at that point, but I was so like, what the heck? Because I was connected to my journey and I so badly wanted his support of that. And it wasn't that he didn't want me to get healthy. It was like Melissa said, he was on his own journey and he didn't understand mine. And I had to put on my big girl pants and I had to say, you know what? I don't need his permission to succeed. I don't. And so I would love everybody to write on their papers right now, I do not need anyone's permission to succeed. I do not need my spouse's. I don't need my parents. I don't need my friends. I can only give myself permission. And as soon as you flip that switch and you realize that you are 100% in control, then your business will go wherever you want it to be. Wherever. Our business, and more importantly, I love it, our lives will be matched by the effort we put in. So if we're just comfortable and we're floating, that's cool. You can be comfortable and you can float and you can just get your Shakeology for free or at a discount, that's fine. But if you want to change your life and change the lives of others and get those notes from people that say thank you. I haven't worked out in 5 days. Today I spoke with a new challenger, and I don't even know this woman. And she shared with me that she's a recovering alcoholic. I don't know her. And she shared that with me. That's pretty powerful that somebody trusts us to help them. She reached out for our help. That's why we do this, because we have the opportunity and the obligation to help people. So this was an awesome call. I know we're 1 minute away, but I'd love to open it up. If anybody has any questions or thoughts for Melissa, feel free to unmute yourself and ask, if you're really struggling with something. But so I'll be quiet and I'll open it up.
I'm here. Ask away.
Anyone? Let me go to the Bueller. Okay.
Don't be shy.
All right. Well, like Melissa said, everybody on this call made it a priority. I know that, there are other, obligations, and that's not to say anything, negative about people that weren't able to make it on, but just know that you are doing something that is helping you and helping the people that you're reaching out. So thank you guys so much for being on the call. We'll post the link. Melissa will post those other links that she mentioned. Maybe even like a question or, some sort of call to action. Actually, why don't we all do our vision boards and post screenshots of our vision boards?
That was what I was going to say. I want to see all your vision boards.
That would be fun. I haven't done one in a while, so that would be good. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.